you G. And they're telling you the whole length is 18. The shorter length is 1/3. You can do that visually. You don't have to, there's no theorem or anything for that. And then G to E is 2/3. So tell me the length of B to G based on that, if you can.
B to E.
No, we know B to E. B to E is 18, but B to G is 1/3 of it, and G to E is 2/3 of it.
Uh-huh. Wait, so
Let's
what
see
are
if
you
you
asking?
for BG and GE. BG is 1/3 of the total length. GE is 2/3 of the total length,
Okay.
and they're giving you the total here.
So 18.
18 is the total. We want B to G, which is
1/3.
1/3 of it. Yeah. Yeah. His team scored 18 points. You have a third of them, third of the points so far. How many points do you have?
Oh, okay, I get it. 6.
Okay. And G to E,
12.
very good. Which answer is that?
A.
It is A. Just as important to be able to mark the correct answer.
Hmm.
Okay, so there's 69 is asking for a median. A median, it cuts a segment in half, hence the word median, middle.
Hmm.
There's only one segment that is being shown as being cut in half. That's C to A, but that's not the median. The median is the segment that cuts it in half.
Okay.
So which segment goes through that middle point there
It'd be DB.
is DB or BD. All right. 70 is the hinge theorem, the hinge theorem. All right. Name the smallest angle. So the smallest angle is across from the smallest side. So basically, you start drawing arrows for their relationships. So which is the smallest side? It's
9.
the
So it'd be
9. So
B.
which is the
B.
smallest angle? Be angle B. Yeah. And the same thing goes in reverse, or they call it the converse. The smallest
Mhm.
angle, the smallest angle is across from the smallest side. So,
Okay.
again, it's kind of like that. I like drawing the arrows
Hmm.
to help. See if you can come up with the correct answer there, please.
Would it be B?
So LK is the smallest, shortest, the shortest. That works. Is that the one with LK in it? There's one LK. Okay. The longest is JK. It is B.
Okay.
So just something else, a lot of things to remember here, of course, but that is it. All right. So uh, the uh, the way to do 72 is to remember that there are three sides, A, B, and C in a triangle. And let's first for a moment presume that A and B are the two smaller sides.
Hmm.
So A plus B has to be greater than C. Okay, so the other way to look at this is that C is really less than A plus B. So when you add
Hmm.
them together to get 23, C has to be less than 23. That's thing one.
Okay.
And that gets you down to two answers. Then you say, well, what if 6 and 17 are the two larger sides? Okay.
Hmm.
So you got to go the other way. So um, the if you subtract 17 minus 6, you get 11. A has to be greater than 11.
So it'd be
Even though
D.
I even though even though I said B and C are the two larger sides, that's actually not possible because of the way how far apart the numbers are.
Hmm.
So A has to be greater than 11.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you try 73 on your own? I'm just gonna step away for 30 seconds, but I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. Um, 73 is kind of the same deal.
Mm-hmm.
You add them up and then you subtract them. What did you
Yeah, I
come
got
up with for
C.
73? It is C. Good. Okay. So yeah, more stuff to remember.
Mm-hmm.
74, there's no, oh, there are answers. Okay. Um, so this is another hinge theorem. Uh, so what they're saying is because these two sides are congruent, this one goes with that one goes with that one, and because the angles between them,
Mm-hmm.
the smaller angle goes with the smaller side, the larger angle goes with the larger side.
Okay.
So that and it's sides, it's not angles.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at that side and that side. Which one must be correct?
Um,
Smaller angle, smaller side, larger angle, larger side.
I don't understand this one.
What's the side across from 31 degrees? What's
Wait,
the
what?
label
Wait,
for it? Which side is across from the 31 degrees?
AC,
Which side is across from the 74 degrees?
FH,
Okay, so which is bigger? Which has the bigger angle across from it?
FH.
Okay, so which one says that?
Um, D.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. I'm not sure if you sent over any more questions, but we definitely need them now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to step away for about a minute and hopefully they'll be ready to
Okay.
go.
Okay.
I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
All right, I am back. let me know when you're back.
I think she's sending them right now,
Okay.
or she
All right.
just did.
I can maybe look to see if I have one from a year ago. That could take a while. Um, there it is. Okay. Perfect. All right. Are you guys working on this in class as well?
Oh yeah, a little bit.
All right, good. From what I know, it's the same final every year.
Hmm.
So you have to know someone. If you see two questions, like we did two, two of these questions on angle or side, you're gonna get one or the other kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty predictable. You got two questions on side lengths, you're gonna get one of those on the final.
Hmm.
Okay. Um, this is yet another one of these hinge theorem problems. So basically they're asking to compare because this segment is congruent to itself. The
Hmm.
2x on the 54, you're comparing them to the side lengths. So which is bigger, the 22 or the 30?
The 30.
So the angle across from it, 54, is greater than 2x.
Hmm.
Could you solve that for x for us, please?
I got 27, so would it be C?
Yeah, now if you wonder where the zero comes from, the angle also has to be bigger than zero.
Okay.
So that's why it is 27. Right, so 27 here. I'm sorry, 76 here. All right, so there's a formula for the sum of the angle measures. It's the number of sides minus 2 times 180. Do you get a formula sheet?
Yeah.
This might be good to look for.
Hmm.
35 gone means n equals 35. Are you allowed to use a calculator?
Yeah.
Okay, so grab your calculator. See if you can calculate this for us, please.
Okay. I don't think I did it right.
Did you subtract 2 from 35 and then multiply by 180?
Oh wait, no, I didn't subtract.
You have to you have to enter it exactly the way it's written.
Okay, yeah, I got A.
Great. All right. 77 here is going backwards. One's forward, one's backwards. Um, so the formula here is that the sum is n minus 2 times 2,340. So the sum is 2,000, sorry, 180, not 2,000. The sum is 2340. So this is an example of where um, you could try the answers, put those in for n, or you could first divide by 180,
Hmm.
and whatever number you get there, you add the number 2 to it.
Okay. I got 15. How come you
Perfect.
would? Yeah,
You mean for this number over here, the 2340 divided by 80, 180, or
I
after
got
adding 2?
after adding two.
Okay, so that's 13, and then n is 15. You had a question there?
Yeah, how come you add 2 there just to get rid of that?
Yeah, to get rid of the 2.
Oh,
Solving for the
okay.
n. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 78 is so 70. Yeah, 78. What is the measure of one angle in a regular 30-gon? So the first thing is to find the sum of the angles, where n is 30. So go ahead and calculate that for us, please. And then we'll talk about how to find the measure of one of the angles.
Okay. I got 5,040.
Okay. So now the angles you divide the sum by the number of angles to get the inner measure.
Okay. 168.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
All right. Number 79. All right. Can you tell me any of these values without me jumping in here? Anything kind of appear to you?
Um, the values?
Yeah, any for X and Y. Can you find either of those? Just there's one, like one of them is kind of something you've probably been seeing since the beginning of the course. Just want to see if you are able to recognize it.
I don't know.
Okay. So let me draw it this way. 106 and Y. Does that help?
Not really, no.
Okay, so these make a linear pair. What does the linear pair add up to?
Is it 180?
Yes. So
Okay.
now can you tell me the value of Y?
74?
So that's the only one that's that. So let's talk about why X is the value that it is. This is a four-sided polygon. It's a quadrilateral. So the sum of a four-sided polygon, if you don't remember, you can use the formula, right? 4 minus 2 times 180 ends up being 360. So these 4 add up to 360. You know 3 of them, so you can solve for the last.
Okay.
All right. The next one's related to this. So it says find the value of X. How many sides does this shape have?
5.
So go ahead and calculate the sum of the angles, interior angles.
Okay. I got 540.
So the 5 angles in here add up to 540. What's the measure of this one with the square? What does that mean?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. So that's 90. So you're basically adding up all these 90 plus 148 plus 3x plus 10 plus x plus 112 equals 540.
Okay.
All right. You remember how to solve this?
Um, is it just a system of equations?
It's just one equation, one variable. Look at the right side. Is there anything you can combine?
Yeah. Okay.
So go ahead and combine those numbers first.
350. Or no,
Okay.
360.
Let's see here, 112.
It'd be 360.
Yeah, 360. And you've got a 3x and an x. What does that add up to?
4x.
4x. See if you can solve it from here, please. Actually, it doesn't seem like the number's there. 260. Oh, I guess it is there.
I got 45.
I agree. This formula is super important. You see, we've used it on 3 problems. Probably get a question on that. All right, 81 is next. All right. This is the sum of the measure of 2 exterior angles of triangles 264 was the measure of the third exterior angle. So let's look at a square. The exterior angles are all 90 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
What does that add up to?
360.
360. In a pentagon, actually, let's do a hexagon. In a hexagon, the interior angle is 120, so these end up being 60. How many of them are there?
6.
What is 6 times 160?
360.
So the sum of the exterior, only the exterior is always 360, always.
Okay.
Doesn't matter whether it's a rectangle, pentagon, hexagon, triangle. So the sum of the exterior is 360. They're giving you 2 of the angles.
Should be
They're asking,
96.
yeah. And it's easy to like choose the wrong number. So just, make sure you get that calculator
Mm-hmm.
fired up, going the right way you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving through this. All right. So this problem goes back to parallel lines cut by a transversal. So this is 31 degrees and this is X. What is the value of X?
It'd be 31, right?
Be 31. So that gets you down. That's why you do the easy, they call it the low hanging fruit. Um, the easy stuff, you do that first.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, the other thing you can notice is what kind of shape is in the top right here.
Uh, right triangle.
It is a triangle. It's not a right triangle, though. What do you know
Okay.
about the sum of the interior angles in a triangle?
They add up to 180.
Okay, so you can use that to find y. But here's the thing, y is 53, so not super useful, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that doesn't help. What do you remember, if anything, about the opposite angles in a parallelogram?
The opposite angles.
Yeah.
Like the biggest angle is the biggest
Nope,
side.
not it, well, that is true, but opposite angles
Are congruent.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay in sort of a final exam situation to assume some things, especially the one from what I know about this test. They're not testing really like obscure things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. In parallelogram, angle QRP is 32. Let me put some letters in here. All right. Now, which of those letters is QRP?
Uh, J. Wait, which letters? RQRP?
Yep. Yep. This is just an identification. Like, where is that? This is the most important part. If you can't identify the angle, might as well not even do the problem. So, which letter is it? If you're not sure, I'll give you an example.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so angle PSD is really letter C.
P P S.
So that middle letter is the vertex. Very important.
Okay.
All right. So, um, you want to try again for QRP?
Yeah. Q. Would it be O?
It is not O. It's not O.
I'm confused.
So P is up here. S is down here. And D, I was trying to point to that. I guess I should have used O, but let's use that. That's why it was letter C, the middle letter. So let's try this again. Q is here.
Mm-hmm.
R is down here. P is up here.
Mm-hmm.
Which letter is in the vertex of that?
I.
Nope. This is the
Oh,
vertex.
H.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now to try to tell me where PRS is.
P.
PRS.
Would it be R?
R is R. It can't be R. R is a point. It's one of these letters that I've drawn in.
Oh, H.
We already used H. Can't be H. All right. It's clearly, yeah, clearly this is not clear. So I'll try again here. All right. QRP. You start at Q, you go to R, and you go to P. That's this
Mm-hmm.
angle right here. That's 32 degrees. It's a path. It's like when you diagram a play. You start here, you go there, to R, then to P. Maybe the ball
Mm-hmm.
comes to you, maybe not. Okay. Same thing with PRS. I'll use a different color here. You're there, there's R, there's S. It's a path. That's the angle in the interior. That's 84.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay now?
Yeah.
Or more clear, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now let's label them without all the other junk because it gets confusing. That's 32. That's 84. It is a parallelogram. That means that these are parallel. So that means this is 84 and this is 32. Now we're looking for PQR.
Mm-hmm.
So that's maybe use a different color here. That's this whole angle here.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I just, and sometimes you got to do this, you got to like remove some lines. There's angle, there's that angle right there. What could you use to find that angle?
Well, it has to equal 180, right? So you would
Right.
just do 180 minus, well, you would add 84 and 32 and subtract about 180.
You got it.
Okay. So it'd be 64.
All right. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. The three-letter angle thing that trips up a lot of people. Really, we'll
Mm-hmm.
do have some more problems with that. But something to maybe look back on the
Okay.
video and check out. All right. So for the parallelogram, they're giving you information about angle 2 and then angle 4. They are diagonal opposite each other. What do you know about them?
They're congruent.
Okay. So you can set 4x minus 20 equal to 3x minus 11. Can you try solving that for x, please?
Yeah. I got x equals 9.
Very good. Okay. So now there's a bit more to do here. So I'm gonna just reframe the problem here. I want you to put that x value back in, one or the other. It doesn't matter because they're both the same.
Okay. I got 16.
All right, so that's 16 degrees and that's 16 degrees. Now,
Okay.
do you remember anything about consecutive angles,
Um,
a parallelogram?
they congruent also.
Not congruent. They add to 180. Um,
Okay.
the reason is that they are on the same side of the transversal, so that's why they
Mhm.
add to 180.
Okay.
So 16 plus measure of angle 1 equals 180. What does that add up to?
164.
You got it.
Okay.
All right, 85. Moving a little slower here as you get a little longer. Um, CDA. Which of these is it in this drawing?
D.
It is D. So that's 63 degrees, which means what is angle B?
63 degrees.
Now, what are they asking for here? Which angle?
Um, measure of angle B, right?
Yep. So what is it?
63.
Very good. Not too difficult. There will be some questions that easy on your test.
Okay.
All right, 86. All right, X to Y to Z. So let me do the same thing here. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. All right. So X, Y, Z is which letter? Or letters, I guess.
X, Y, Z.
Yeah, is which letters?
Is
It's
it?
two letters in this case.
So it's two of the black letters.
Yes.
Is it AF?
So here I'm going to draw it X to Y to Z. That's terrible. Let me do better. Okay, which two letters are in the vertex?
C and D?
Z and D. That's what I was looking for.
Oh,
So the
okay.
one across from it is this one.
Mm-hmm.
So look at each answer and decide which one makes a V around those.
I think it's a V.
Yeah, just like over here, it's kind of a V around the C and the D.
Would it be C?
So X, W, Z. Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I think we're making some progress on that, which is good. These are these are pretty challenging. All right. X, Y, Z, A, B, C. All right. 87 here. In parallelogram, if DH is a side,
Mm-hmm.
it's a segment. All right. So that's X plus 2. That's this one here. HF is 2Y. GH is 4X minus 3. And HE is 5Y plus 1. So in a parallelogram, the diagonals bisect each other. It means that they're both medians, so they cut
Mm-hmm.
them in half. So that means that DH is congruent to HF. That's this first one going down here. So X plus 2 equals 2Y. And then GH is congruent to HE. 4X minus 3 equals 5Y plus 1. Now you could solve a system of equations here. That is absolutely possible.
Hmm.
However, you could also just try the answers, but they have to work in both.
Okay.
So if it were me as a student, I would try the answers, but they got to work in both.
Okay.
So go ahead and give those a try and see what you come up with.
Okay. I got B.
You said B. So
Yeah.
5 plus 2, the first one, does that equal 2 times 8?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's not B.
Would it be A then?
It looks like it's A, yes.
Mhm.
All right, so that is everything you sent over. If you want to try and send a few more over or not. Um, got some time left here if you'd like.
Um, I don't know if my mom left or not. I could, if she's still here, I could ask her to send more.
It's totally up to you. We got a lot done. We could call it here. It's totally up to you.
Okay, let me just check real quick.
Sounds good.
Yeah, she's not here.
Okay. We'll just call it here. We got a lot done.
Mhm.